Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again, and today I'm bringing you back a little of a classic. Some of you might remember when Bandle City first came out, a deck that we call Pink City. Pink City was kind of like a burn deck that kind of played Gnar and Gangplank, and just took advantage of a lot of the little pokes that Bandle City could provide to this deck, together with the Bilgewater package, to be able to just burn the opponent nexus down, right? This is kind of like a classic version. Well, not classic. There's a lot of changes here, but it's kind of like a revisit of that Pink City theme, using a lot of the new tools that we have gotten recently, right? So we have the Bird Linger. We're going to have the Mariah Warden, which was released after Pink City was a thing. We have the Signpost that gives us a little bit of an out, right? So these tools allow us to kind of make this deck a little more consistent. Aside from that, I feel like Burn, as you have seen by the aggressive decks that I keep showcasing in my channel, I feel like Burn and Aggro are in a really good position right now. I wouldn't be surprised if like Powder Monkeys will also be as good as this deck. But the idea with this deck is that it's kind of a different version of Aggro. You're playing Bilgewater and Bandle City, which means that you can still play Nexus PNC and Nexus whatever to complete your full Aggro lineup. But you're literally just going wide, being able to ping the opponent nexus either with your units or with your spells, and eventually have your Gnar, Pterodactyl, or Gangplank trigger, which are all big threats that the opponent has to deal with. So ideally, early on, you're starting with your 1-drop so that you can get that first hit in, or if you go in turn 2, you're starting with Mariah Warden so you can guarantee that first hit in and start advancing your GP. Ideally, Chemist on turn 1 is amazing, because when you summon the Scrappy Bug on turn 1, it will trigger at the start of turn 4, meaning that if you have a Gnar or a Pterodactyl on your hand, you can play it and they will transform at the end of the turn. And again, aside from that, that's what you want to do. You want to slowly kind of ping them down with your units, with your spells, and eventually you can just finish because of the big GP, the Pterodactyl just putting a lot of value, or even double up, right? We're not a Nexus, so we don't have Decimate. Instead, we have access to double up, which deals 2 to the unit and also deals 4 to the Nexus, which can increase even more if you have obviously your Kex, or if you actually have the Dreadway on the field. The deck is performing really well for me. I actually got all the way to top 50. Well, I guess not top, almost top 50, right? So 52 with this deck. So I think it's a really good position right now and could provide you with some success if you're looking for something new to play. But anyways, enough of me rambling around. Hope you enjoy the games coming up soon, and if you do, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. I'll see you at the end of the video for some mulligan tips. In this match, we're going against, I was gonna say, 6 Taliyah, but this is also either playing 2 Xerath, so it's either 2-2-2 or 3-2-1, right? I don't know that I like either option for the opponent. I kind of like this whole hand. Opponent also kept their whole hand, especially with the Pterodactyl now. We don't have a turn 1 trigger, which kind of sucks. But we can always just make it rain here if we need to get rid of the Rock Hopper, right? So is that correct? I think it's correct. I want to just trigger so that we can potentially start enabling our GP when we actually draw it. Here we can go Stone Stackers, although maybe Concologist is slightly better. I like the Stone Stackers just to guarantee that the opponent has to commit a Rite of Arcane. The problem is going to be 6 here. Yeah, Drop the Bomb is not enough to kill this. So okay, so they have 2 answers. They have Pokestick and Drop the Bomb. We're going to pass because I want to play Pokestick into Pterodactyl next turn. And although we're delaying our GP by 1 turn, we can still get the value by having Pterodactyl into Pokestick. I will hate to play into a Rolling Sands though. Okay, perfect.
I know what I'm doing.
Let's just go play. Let's see Pterodactyl first. Do I ever block this 6? There's no way, right? There's no way I block this 6. I think we just take the 4. We take the 4. Play the Pokestick, which enables our Pterodactyl, which enables the rest of our deck, and it starts putting a lot of pressure on the opponent. We can even attack, and this is gonna go up. This is gonna be 5 health, so the opponent will need to have. Opponent will have to sacrifice their Ziggs and then also have a second drop the bomb. Right? So the opponent will have to sacrifice their Ziggs and have a second drop the bomb. I'm willing to force him to have that. They could have Absolver. Okay, so do you have the second drop the bomb then? Alright, they do. They had it. I mean, I didn't respect it. I think I like forcing them to have exactly the 2 cards that they need to actually get there. We can go for our own drop the bomb. We can go for the chemist here, just kind of stagger our scrappy bombs. It is a little bit concerning, right? Because obviously the teeny Dato kind of just sets everything up in our deck, but we do still have a way to just level up GP between Pokey Sticks and the scrappy bombs, and just in general just attacking. That I don't care. I guess I don't mind. The Xerath is the biggest deal here because he can actually get rid of my units on the field. So we go here. We pass. I want to play this Anakaboros when I can. Treasure Trash is kind of funny. It's a one-off in the deck. We could technically kill the Xerath by going Scrappy into double up. It's gonna be 4. Assuming the opponent had nothing else. We cannot deal with the Taliyah though. So we cannot deal with the Taliyah. So we'll just have to eat up her damage. That's either one-off or... yeah, let's just go here. Let's go second Conchologist. We could just control their hand a little bit, make their hand a little bit worse. Or we could go Bone Skewer, I guess. I kind of prefer to just take their hand a little bit less. It's one of the times where I don't mind doing this. We'll take the 4. The opponent has 2 more. The opponent's gonna have 2 more blockers. We can drop the bomb on one of them. Or we can just Trixie Tentacles first. No GP yet. That's a little bit unfortunate. We could also just go for the Treasure Trash next turn, but I'm gonna opt to do this first. It's just, okay, so we just got rid of a Chemist, which wasn't gonna do much for them, unfortunately. I like the Anakaboros to begin with. Okay, we finally get the GP. Just a little bit later than I would prefer. Let's pass, see what they do before we commit the Scrappy Bomb. They just straight up pass? They just straight up pass. So if we go Dreadway into GP,
now we just have to wait.
We're okay.
Like threading a needle. Throw another rock.
Easy does it.
Or I guess we can get burned out here. We could get burned out. What if we go GP first? If we go GP first, we get access to another powder keg. No, I like the Dreadway. I like the Dreadway. I like the Dreadway here. We have the drop the bomb dealing 4 now. The Maker Rain's dealing 2, and we can just play GP after. With 4 HP, we should be okay as well with the double up. And we're gonna have the Signpost as a backup. We should be okay. Chemist, okay.
Is that a challenge?
We should be okay because of the Overwhelm being doubled up, as well as the keg just pushing so much damage. So opponent's gonna lose the whole board. Not only that, but this has fearsome, so opponent has to sacrifice their Taliyah. And remember, everything including the regular attacks from GP are doubled up. We can actually play Marai Warden and still have enough value for the Signpost. Cool. And I'm gonna continue doing this. Because this is just lethal because of the Dreadway on the field. And we have Signpost as a backup. That's where the one-off Signpost comes into clutch. Yeah, we just go like this. This is dealing 4 to everything. This is 12. This is 2. Quicksand. Quicksand to save the Overwhelm from killing you.
You're ruining everything.
Yeah, you have to kill. You have to deal with this Dreadway. This is a fearsome, so you have to block it with the Taliyah. I don't see what they could have. Like, Quicksand is the only thing just to get rid of the Overwhelm, but you have to block with... Yeah, they don't have it. They don't have it. The one of Dreadway, the one of Signpost, coming in completely clutch, allowing us to just blow them out in a single turn, even after we had to sacrifice our Pterodactyl, which I think was a good trade, because they ended up having so many landmarks that they could have burned us out with the 6. So then trading that 6 early was perfect for us, so GG's. In this match, we're going against Braum Vladimir, which is actually bad for us, right? Because they have access to like AoE, which makes some of our units kind of feel a little bit worse than I would like. Let's keep the Bird and let's keep the Tinidactyl now. Maybe we can actually kind of bring them down between the Tinidactyl and the Gnar. So we can go Bird here. I have to be a little bit careful. I was gonna say I have to be careful with the AoE, but I guess I have to play the Mirage Warden now because I do want to put the damage through. I want to put the damage through. They could still have the the Fracture, right? The Fracture will be a big deal here. I just want to put the damage through so that we can actually start leveling up our GP. Our hand is a little bit awkward. Opponent can block here, but it is putting their own unit to 1 HP, and we still get to push 5. So it is gonna die to a lot of things. I guess it doesn't die to the Spirit Journey though. So the opponent has Spirit Unleash, not Spirit Journey. Yeah, opponent goes for Spirit Unleash. As we expected. We lose our whole war. We play the second Bird, allowing me to block the Unska Reaver. We play the second Marai. Open attack instead of the Tinidactyl. And the Tinidactyl would allow me to level up the GP. Yeah, I think this is correct. We open attack. We play the Tinidactyl down. Gets to transform. It will allow me to level up the GP eventually. We can play the Gnar. The opponent could still have access to like please don't give me an ephemeral. Okay, perfect. Didn't give me an ephemeral. Gives me another unit with 2 health, which is not bad. We get a second Tinidactyl. Wow. That's huge. That's a huge Tinidactyl too. The second Tinidactyl is nice. It's gonna allow me to just burn them out. Our opponent is already down to 11, and each Tinidactyl is gonna do 1 damage. Yeah, I think this is game. I think there's no way that they can get there fast enough. Compared to what we're able to do here. We even have the impact. The Skybox is annoying. I will admit that.
This is our way.
We could just go Gnar. I think I prefer the Gnar. Even if the opponent goes for like a Ram stance here, I like this Overwhelm. And yeah, perfect. Because the problem that the opponent's gonna have here is they're gonna have to actually, because we can drag the Wanderer and then just push them with the Pterodactyl. They're gonna have to freeze this Pterodactyl. They're gonna have to freeze the Pterodactyl, and I don't think they'll be able to really do much about that. Now, do we play around like a Troll Shen? No, I think we just go like this, especially with the double up. We get to push 5 here, we get to push 8 and 9. Okay, 3 cards. Yeah, the double up is gonna present the lethal. That's not true, because he's gonna get tough. Oh, wow, that's huge. That's actually huge, huh? Wow. Okay. So I get punished. So I do get punished, huh? Because they are somehow running Disintegrate in this deck. Double Flock and Disintegrate. That still lets me put down the Tinidactyl though. So I still get to put down the Tinidactyl. Put another point of damage. This Wanderer gets bigger. Because unfortunately we were forced to Unfortunately, we were forced to have to use the Make It Rain, right? To make that Wanderer bigger. This double up is going to be a little bit worthless, but the GP is going to be leveled up. And the GP level up can get us there, potentially. Yeah, we're just going to go here.
I am reborn of salt and brine.
Force the opponent to have like another form of removal here to really make us in a threat. Otherwise, we're pushing another damage. Then we attack with the GP. We can pull the Bulping Wanderer. So we can pull the Bulping Wanderer here and just deal with the Overwhelm with the GP, and that should be lethal. Honestly, I didn't expect the double flock last time, right? The double flock last time was actually kind of crazy. They have the freeze. But even though they have the freeze, because we had the double up, we just win, right? Probably should have just done it on the Unska Reaver, but I like doing it on this guy. Force the opponent to have another answer. They flock their own unit, so we do it here. Now you have to have a flock, and it keeps Sartini back to the life. You need to have another card, right? I need to have a Trollshen, sorry. So yeah, we get to still keep everything alive. We do another one, and we're fine. So the opponent had more answers than I expected. The harsh winds, the flocks, it was a lot more than I expected. I won't deny it. But we just ended up getting so much damage, and the double teaming that to just set us up to level up the GP so easily that he ended up being okay. So GG's. In this matchup, we're going against GP Sejuani. So 2 styles of GP decks. Hopefully, okay, Mirai Warden is great. Gnar is actually good. What if I just keep this whole hand? I love the Gnar. Opponent kept 2 cards. I love the Gnar. The Mirai Warden is nice. Make It Rain is amazing. And we have a blocker for turn 1. If the opponent plays nothing, we have to pass. Okay, unfortunately, if they have the parley, we can't play around it. We want to be able to block this. So if they have the parley, they have it, right? They were going to push the damage anyways if they had the parley. What I want to do here is... I'm thinking I'm going to actually Mirai Warden. Now, the opponent could have to Make It Rain. So maybe we actually just attack first. Force the opponent to block. Yeah, okay, wow, so they're just gonna spend the Make It Rain like that. I don't know I agree with that. Unless the opponent, if the opponent doesn't play the 1-drop here that goes up to 3, I think we can just pass. It is delaying our champion progress by a lot though. They should just open, right? Force me to do my Make It Rain here. Yeah, you just open here. This is your best open. You can't develop. You're gonna get punished by Mirai. Okay. I guess it works out. If they have their own Mirai, if they have their own Make It Rain, then it does work out for them. Because they can just Make It Rain here and get rid of both my units. Otherwise, I'm fine blocking this. And again, we have Make It Rain for the Soul Shocker next turn. So we go here, just block it. We gotta go ahead and play the Gnar. So we gotta play the Gnar, knowing that we'll get a Poke Stick, and that the Gnar has quick attack. Okay? Do I care? I don't think I care. The Make It Rain is a lot worse now because of the Spirits Unleashed. I'm still just pushing damage. I guess I can just... I messed up anyway. I messed up. Actually, I just gone for Make It Rain first and then just... I still got in the Poke Stick. Because now I still need to go ahead and do this. It's okay. We still get the Gnar level up, which works out for me. We still get the GP trigger. Opponent's 2 ahead of us though, which is a problem. We have Make It Rain. We have Make It Rain, we have blockers for anything that they summon. The problem is going to be Sejuani just kind of blocking us the rest of the game. So I need to get the Pterodactyl. The sequencing there was messed up by me. If I go Make It Rain, I get to push more damage with Gnar, and I still do the same thing that we did there, and we have the Poke Stick for this turn, right? So a little bit of an oopsie on my part. Let's go ahead with the Chemist first. Okay. Then we go Mirai Warden. Oh, that's cute. We got a draw here. And I guess let's go Stone Stackers. we have to open attack, obviously, because the opponent has access to the girl. The girl has access to the Sejuani. So I'm gonna open attack. I want to force him to block here. I want to force him to block. They didn't get the trigger last time. We didn't get the trigger last time either. So like we're both just ignoring our level ups for now, it looks like. They want to play Sejuani. They want to play Sejuani next turn because he kills the Gnar. They get their GP. Oh man, losing that Stone Stacker sucks. I don't want to give them the turret though to be able to, the thing to be able to pull. They don't have the trigger here. That's actually kind of ridiculous. The Gnar still dies though. The Gnar still dies to the Sejuani. Opponent's gonna be a 4 out of 5. We potentially get it on the GP. We don't get it on the GP, of course. Yep, there's the Sejuani. So pulls. This is gonna be rough. Let's go Stone Stackers. So we go Stone Stackers. Opponent gets damage through.
Let 'em bleed out.
I think I have to block this. I have to try to kill this GP. If we don't hit the GP... I'm so tilted. We can still hit it, I guess, next turn. I'm actually so sad. We could have literally killed a GP. We can pull the keg at least, giving me a free attack with the GP, right?
Only the strong
the opponent has already leveled up their champion, so cool.
Your king has
We're gonna have to do burn. We're gonna have to go burn to phase, and that's where the Poke Stick comes into place. Opponent has to. So we know they have the freeze, right? We know they have the freeze. No. We know they have the freeze. I think we still attack with everything and force the freeze out of them, right? So they have to freeze here. They have to freeze. So they have to have the warning shot or hit the make it rain. Otherwise we just win with the GP attack. But just in case that they don't hit the make it rain, I guess... There's no way you don't have the warning shot, right? There's absolutely no way. Are you serious? I'll take it. What could it be? Tell speakers? I mean, I guess Aina at the Boros is bad for them. Tell speakers. The Allegiance 4 drop. They could have the Black Market American. They could just be units, right? So, or a second Gangplank as well. So GG's. In this match, we're going against Bard and Norra. So it's just going to be making like some really big elusives, right? Especially Norra. We have a really good hand. The parley might be the only one that's a little bit awkward. I think I don't need the parley right now. I think I prefer the make it rain. So we can go Chemist into Stone Stackers, and by the time the Scrappy Bomb gets triggered, now we'll go to the bird. Now obviously they could have the bird here. They don't have the bird apparently, so we just get a free trigger on the GP. Just like that. I'm guessing it has to be Norra there on turn 2 or Esmus. Yeah, you can be the Norra. Let's go for the Stone Stackers. That allows you to have 2 units that can attack. Opponent gets the Norra value. That's cool. We can attack with both. Get the trigger again. Ooh, opponent got the one thing. Oh, no, it's not a blocker, so we're chilling. So if the opponent doesn't block, they actually sacrifice their Norra. Which makes sense. You can't take that much damage. This Scrappy one triggers next turn. So the Scrappy one triggers next turn, enabling my Gnar level up. We also have Make It Rain. We can always just block. Oh, okay. Ha. Ha. That's a big deal. So what if we just go like this? What if we double up? Do we care? Do we care about this damage? I really want to get rid of this Team Maker. I'm thinking I want to make it, like, I don't want to make it rain and miss it. I really don't want to make it rain and miss it. You know what? Screw it. I don't miss it. Great. I'll take the 5. I'm not going to miss the make it rain. I'm just going to be a good player like that. Unfortunately, the vulnerable goes into the Trafarian, so it's not gonna do much for us. We can still just push the 5 from the Gnar. Actually, push a little bit more because we'll have the Anakaboros. I guess we could actually just pull it, right? I think it might be worth it to pull it. Is it worth it to pull it? Or is it just better to push the 7? No, I think it's better to just push the 7. Push the 7 here, get them down to 6. The GP is going to be leveled up next to them because of the Poke Stick. And we have Lethal. Okay. It's not 7, but it's still 5. I'm glad I didn't pull now because the Minimorph has stopped it and being able to trade. We can always block with the Tentacle because we can regain the Tentacle with the Anakaboros. Opponent using that make it the Minimorph on something that's not GP is huge. Right? So we just go like this, we just parley. And then we just GP. Let the opponent kill the keg. I don't think I care. I just don't want the opponent to pass back at us, right? So even if they kill the keg, I think that's fine. I just really don't want it to pass back at us. Yeah. So you kill the keg. You have Norra. Almost leveled up, but not enough. Let's just block. No reason not to. This is gonna die anyways. And I'm not gonna play the Anakaboros because I'm gonna keep the mana for the double up. To have lethal that way. Opponent can have a second Minimorph here. Alright, so a second Minimorph here is gonna be a problem. I wanna pull this one because I don't want the Norra to block my GP. So we can go like this. Portapalooza doesn't get you anywhere. You level up your Norra though, that's kinda cute. But you only have 2 mana left and the GP gets there.
I'll find you, dear cat.
Our hand was really good. Our hand was really good, especially when the opponent didn't have the bird on turn 1 to block our first attack. It just allowed us to get the free level up on the GP, which set up this lethal here with the GP. So, and the Minimorph as well was a little bit too much, right? Because he only protected 2 damage. So GG's. In this match, we're gonna against Lux and Jayce. They do have a lot of blockers, which can be really annoying for us. We do have a really decent hand here, though. Yeah, I think this hand is really good for us. I'll keep the Anakaboros. Gives me a lot of draw, gives me a potential surprise attacker that the opponent has to worry about. I like the Gnar because we're going to have the Scrappy Bomb to be able to level up the Gnar on turn 4. And the turn 4 also happens in the opponent's turn, so this is like perfect because opponent could tap out of their I guess if the opponent has the Jayce though, that would be kind of annoying, huh? But if the opponent does for the Jayce to kill the Gnar, we can just Poke Stick the Jayce in return. We still get the Poke Stick value, and that's only if the opponent goes for the Challenger on the Jayce. We also get GP now. This is amazing. Please don't have the 1-drop. They don't have the 1-drop either. Wow. So we can just go here. We go Marai Warden on turn 2 because the opponent wants to play Shock Blast on turn 3. So we can play Marai Warden on turn 2. We get lucky and don't get an Ephemeral. We push another 6 damage here. And now instead of now, we can actually go for Tinidactyl. And I think opponent's just dead. Assembly line? Okay. Okay. Let's go Concologist. Let's go Concologist here. That's kind of cute. That's kind of cute, actually. That's kind of cute. Because I think the Tentacle doesn't really do anything for us. The Boom Ship, it's kind of weird, though. It synergizes with this. Huh. Let's go Boom Ship. You know, I never get to play this card, right? Now, opponent's down to just 4 mana. We're gonna go ahead and play our Tinidactyl. Opponent just a straight up attack. Okay, cool. We play the Tinidactyl and we're chilling. Opponent has to have a Thermal here. We just want to aggro them down, right? So if the opponent commits the Thermal here or the double Mystic, we open up with Anakaboros and we get to push 6 more damage. Opponent goes down to 5. Yeah, opponent puts the Jayce a little bit too late. So, I still think we go for the Anakaboros, to be honest. I think we still go full on damage. Yeah, I think we still go full on damage. Opponent's gonna block here, but that still does the impact trigger. Blocks the other 2. This is gonna be 7. Opponent goes down to 3, and we have exactly 3 burn in our hand. You have to block the Pterodactyl. With 5 mana, you don't have enough to kill it because you don't have access to Hex Blitzerator. I guess you have Concerted Strike, maybe? So they do play Concerted Strike. Or single combat? But the single combat triggers the impact, right? So it's not Concerted anymore. Wow. Okay, so they still go down to 3. It would have been the same way if they just blocked the Pterodactyl. I guess the Pterodactyl doesn't die though, right? And then you go down to 3. Go down to 2 next turn because of the Pterodactyl. You went for the quick attack instead of the Challenger. We make a rain, we Pokestick, and we find. You know what? I'm gonna block the Jayce. I'm gonna force him to commit something here to stop this this attack. Alright? So we make it rain and we Pokestick and we're chilling. And that's him. Just too much pressure. Being able to go as wide as we did just puts so much pressure on the opponent. And that's exactly what we were going for. So, GG's. In this match, we're going against Feel the Rush. Do we have enough to actually rush them before they can rush us? I don't know that we do. But the Treasure Trash might be enough, actually. I'm going to keep the Treasure Trash. This game is going to go long enough that maybe the Treasure Trash actually comes into play. We have the Barrelinger and the Marai, which allows me to kind of push a lot of early damage, and we have the GP to follow up with once we level him up. So, don't go phase. Fortunately for you, opponent, I am going phase. They kept 3 cards. They kept 3 cards, so very likely that they have the ramp. I'm going to go here. Just hit one. I wonder if it's correct to just Pokestick first instead of Marai. I wonder if it's actually correct to Pokestick first. No, I think it's Marai. I think it's always Marai.
Never met anyone like you.
I think it's always Marai. Now, opponent probably wants to ramp here. I'm glad that I didn't Pokestick, because now we can just Pokestick next turn and go Tinidactyl. You have a well? Okay, no, it's just a Bow Piece? I'm kind of cool with that. You still get the damage through. They could still ramp, right? They could still have the 4-cost ramp. Yeah, the Winter's Touch, which puts them to 5. It's not enough to be able to have a Vengeance for the Tinidactyl. We can actually just make it rain now instead, which gets rid of the blocker, which I actually prefer. I prefer getting rid of the blocker. Force the opponent to have an answer for the Tinidactyl. If they don't want to ramp, like, even if they have to answer the Tinidactyl, at least they're answering the Tinidactyl, right? So we're still in a position where we're like in control, because they have to have a Vengeance for this next turn if they don't answer it this turn. We do have to watch out for Ruination, so if the opponent keeps their 5 mana... Oh, beautiful. So let's just go here. They tapped out of Ruination. So they tapped out of Ruination, they tapped out of very nice. They only have 7. We could GP right now. And the opponent is just gonna have to Vengeance one or the other. We could also just Mirai Warden instead. And set up the GP for next turn. I kind of prefer the Mirai Warden. I think I prefer the Mirai Warden here. And set up the GP for the swing back once the opponent commits enough on the Teeny Dactyl or any of my other cards. They have to Vengeance this. They're gonna have 8 plus 3. They're gonna have 11, so they will have Very Nice next turn. They tapped out of the Vengeance. I'm gonna go like this. We can make it rain after to kill the faces, which is gonna slow down the ramp. If they decide not to... Wow. So they decided to not take damage because they wanted to keep the ramp. They're gonna go down to 3 HP. They're gonna go down to 3 and we're gonna have a GP plus make it rain. Okay, yeah, so we have lethal here. Yeah, so this is just game, right? We just go make it rain, we go Pokey Stick, and then we parley. We have to make it rain now before the units come down. This guarantees that he goes face. Otherwise, we actually do have a 25% chance of missing it. We could just pass. We could just pass, right? The Pterodactyl finishes the game. I think the Pterodactyl deserves this lethal. The Pterodactyl deserves the lethal. It kind of pulled its way here, so let's just give it to it. So yeah, so here we go with the lethal, and boom, Pterodactyl for the win. So much for your Feel the Rush. GG's. Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope you enjoyed today's games. You see exactly what I'm talking about. This deck just has so much aggression. Between the Mirai Warden, between your Chemist, your Stone Stackers, your Gnar, your Teeny Dactyl that the opponent has to deal with, for then you to then have a Gangplank, you can just go so wide and have so much burn that the opponent cannot really do anything to stop you. And that's where this deck shines and why I ended up getting so much LP with this deck as I was recording this video. It's really, really, really good. In terms of mulligan, I'm definitely always looking for the Chemist, right? That way I can get that Scrappy on turn 1 so that I can set up the Gnar or the Teeny Dactyl on turn 4. But aside from that, you're kind of just looking to ping the opponent's Nexus early. So you're looking for your 1-drop if you're going on turn 1. You're looking for the Mirai Warden if you're going on turn 2. So that you're, or the Stone Stacker or Mirai on turn 2. So that you can actually start hitting the opponent Nexus and level up your GP, because you're going to have a lot of draw with the Nakaboros, which is another new tool that this deck got compared to when it was first released, allowing you to have more draw together with the Pokesticks to get your Gangplank more consistently in your hand. That's why I don't think that more than one Dreadway is necessary, because you already get a lot of draw here between Pokestick and your Nakaboros. Just go like that. Go for a very early curve. Do as much damage as you can, and then eventually transition to your Gnar, your Teeny Dactyl, and your Gangplank, and that will be enough for you to put a lot of pressure on the opponent, as you saw in the games that we showcased today. But yeah, I think that's all I have for this deck. It's very aggressive, so if you like that style of Gangplank, then you know this is the type of deck for you. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to like it below and subscribe to us. We post LoR videos every single day, and we're very close to 6,000 subscribers, so help us out in supporting us. But yeah, anyways, you can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund. We stream every now and then, and you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good one, and see you tomorrow.